This game is called Dead Rails, and in today's video, guys, we are going to be exploring the brand new update coming out today. Now, of course, before we go ahead and get started in this video, guys, remember to subscribe if you haven't already, like the video, and comment down below your favorite part about this next update, because everything is going to get covered right here on this channel. And also, for the future record as well, guys, every single time an update is coming, my channel will upload all details just an hour before, so don't miss out, guys. Turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's get right into it. So to start with, obviously just a quick disclaimer, I have access to the testing server, which is going to allow me to play the update early. Now, of course, that means I can then join into a lobby like this, where other content creators are also going to have access to. So of course, that means everything has a potential to be changed when the updates go live. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead and show you guys is going to be the brand new challenges. Now, there are 3 brand new challenges that are coming to the game. Now, I'm not entirely too sure which ones they are, simply because I'm not familiar with these challenges and I haven't actually done them yet. But at any point during this video, guys, remember you can pause right now and just see which challenges are brand new and obviously which ones are not. Now, take it as a pinch of salt. I'm not too familiar with the challenges. I'm pretty sure there are probably a lot of you that are, so of course you'll know which ones are brand new on that list and which ones are not. Anyhow, moving on from there, let's talk about the changes in terms of classes, because these are quite huge. As you can see, I obviously have the miner class equipped. Now, that is because inside of the game with the brand new update, there are such a thing called ores. Now, I'm obviously talking about something similar to Minecraft, where you can go up to them with a pickaxe and of course mine them up. Now, you can obviously skip to the chapter which is linked in the description if you want to see more about that, or just wait until you see it in the video, of course, because it will be coming up very, very soon to give you all the details that are necessary for that. Now, to talk about something else, the Ironclad has had a decrease on its debuff. Now, the speed was obviously a lot more different, which now, obviously, it is now a bit quicker than it used to be, so the Ironclad may just feel a little bit more worth it. Now, I do believe this was a poll that was made on their Discord, so of course, your votes do matter for this game, and obviously, you've got to give them props for actually listening to the community. Now, of course, moving on to the next one is going to be the Conductor. Now, the Conductor no longer has a health debuff, so of course, it makes it a little bit better, considering your health was a lot worse when you were playing as the Conductor. Now, of course, that's all the changes for the classes. There's not really much else in there that really makes difference, but the Miner class now has a really good usage. Now, of course, there's only one more thing to show you guys, and that is going to be the brand new game mode that has turned up to the game. Now, the way to start this, all you'll have to do is come to this area in the lobby and just start up your game. Now, when you come into your party size, you'll see right here you have an option for normal, and you'll also have an option for nightmare. Now, of course, for the nightmare mode to actually be started, you actually need to be able to complete one game on its own before you can get to play. Now, in terms of the nightmare mode, after winning one brand new normal game, you'll unlock the game mode, which will provide less loot with no passive regeneration to your health, and also enemies will do much more damage and have a lot more health. And, well, the best part about it, if you guys like playing on a hardcore mode, you'll also get a lot more bonds upon completion. So, of course, that's something to think about if you guys want to grind out the game a little bit better, especially if you guys want more bonds. I probably will be doing the same, not gonna lie, but of course, that's something to look forward to. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and start the game, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. So now, of course, that we are in the game, I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up all of my items. Now, there is one thing I can show you guys that is brand new, and that's gonna be the brand new UI that is located inside of your inventory, which is opened up as per usual, where you can now actually drop armor pieces, and you can also drop your shells, drop all of your ammo, etc, etc. So of course, all of that can now be shared with your friends. Now, I think that's a really helpful piece of kit for obviously playing the game. Now, I mean, I don't know if it's good being able to drop all of your ammo at once, however, that is everything that I can show you regarding the inventory. Now, another thing that I can actually show you guys is going to be the brand new rotating system that they've added to the game. Now, of course, that means you can now rotate items on an axis, so that means if you want to put something up correctly or rotate it in a specific direction, you can now do so with the keys that you can see at the bottom right hand side of your screen. before welding onto the train. Now, something that I'm going to suggest you guys do if you want to check out one of the brand new locations, which is going to be later in the video, and that's to buy a torch. Now, the reason why I suggest that is simply because we will need to blow up a piece of dynamite later down the line. Now, I have encountered an area where it does give you the dynamite, so of course, we don't actually have to worry about buying any, and hopefully it spawns with it when we turn up. But of course, that's for later in the video, or alternatively, you can jump to that area in the video right now. It's down in the description. You guys will be able to find the chapter, and of course, we will get straight into that whenever it comes. Now, of course, speaking of the ores, just a moment ago, as you can see right there, we've come across our first one. Now, it's actually not that far from my starting outpost, so of course, I can just come over here. Now, with the mining class, you will actually be able to mine these a lot quicker, and you'll have a chance for them to drop anywhere between 1 to 3 different pieces. Now, unfortunately, I only got 1 gold nugget here, but these are just classed as junk. They do not sell. Do not even try. They're just so pointless to have, so don't even take them with you. Now, one of the other ores that you can also find is going to be silver. Now, again, the same thing is counted. You'll get yourself 1 out of 3, maybe 4 pieces, and of course, do not take the rock with you, because it is absolutely pointless. Now, these do spawn anywhere across the tracks. They don't have to be near a town like this one was, but they can spawn anywhere as you are going along. Now, there is only 1 more ore that we can find, and that is going to be the coal one. Now, speaking of the coal, I've managed to finally find myself a little bit more down the line, and of course, as you can see, once again, there is 4 pieces that have dropped, as well as 2 pieces of coal. Now, that's pretty much all of the ores that are in the game at this moment in time, so of course, you guys can go and find them all when the game and the update releases, because of course, that's going to be great for you guys to get. Now, let's move on to the next topic, and I'll see you guys there in just a moment. Now, in terms of how much they sell for, obviously the silver is going to go for less. Now, I got $16 for that one, and as for the gold piece, I get $39, but I do believe the size of the nugget does matter as well, because as you can see, I got 48 there. So depending on however the size is, I'm assuming you'll get more or less. Now, that is pretty much everything I can show you for obviously the ores. Now let's move on to the next thing. Now, something that we can actually move on towards talking about, and that is going to be the towns. Now, there are 3 brand new variants that have been added to the game. Now, one of them being the outlaw sheriff guy, who has a firearm and allows a pistol to be shot, or I believe there may be another weapon. I actually don't know. However, he is one of the 3 variants that you will come across while fighting in a town now. Now, the second variant is also one of them that can probably come up. Now, I'm not entirely too sure on how rare that one actually is, but we are going to try and see if he's in here. However, it doesn't seem like it is, so I will cut right to it in just a moment when obviously I find one of the other variants. Now, as you can see right there, that is another variant of the zombies. Now, this one is basically like the Ironclad, however, he takes a lot of bullets to kill. Now, something I didn't know at first when I first encountered this guy is the fact that you can actually shoot his feet, and he should die right there. Now, unfortunately, as far as I'm aware, you also can't sell these, so it's not really worth holding on to them unless you want to decorate your place with them. Now, there is one more variation, and that's going to be the exploding zombie, which of course you guys will see in a little while when you get to the part where I discuss the brand new town. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to skip this area. I'm not going to look for the last exploding zombie variant because I feel like you guys are going to see it anyway. So let's cut straight to the next part. Now, probably the most hyped part of the update, and that's going to be the abandoned town of Sterling. Now, inside of the abandoned town of Sterling, you guys can find a bunch of different things, such as bonds, and also a note that also helps with a little bit of the story lore. Now, obviously, you can pause and read that yourself. I don't really need to at the moment, but of course, there you go. And as you'll probably notice, there's actually little to no items in here. Now, you'll be lucky sometimes to find a torch in here, because of course, this will be extremely helpful, as I said at the start of the video, because you will need a torch to actually enter that that area over there. Now, I'm not entirely too sure if it's a guaranteed every single time you come here, so of course, just to be safe, make sure you get yourself a torch and head on over this direction. Now, inside of the church, there is also something called a jade tablet. Now, it is marked down as junk, and of course, I'm not entirely too sure if it has a purpose. And of course, there's going to be another note. Now, I don't know if that's the same as what we've just looked at, but of course, you can pause again and take a read, just in case you want to take a look at that. Now, we're going to go do the most entertaining part of this area, and that is going to be the cave. Now, there should always be a guaranteed cave at the back of Sterling, which of course you can locate here. Now, I would not suggest doing this area, well, on your own, unless you feel comfortable enough with fighting off a bunch of different things, because I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, it is stacked with different types of mobs. Now, I'm going to go ahead and blow that up and stand back, and as you'll see, it will just go boom, and all of the planks will fall. Now, you can't actually pick these up or move them, so obviously don't try that either, because, well, just a load of waste of time, really. But I'm going to go ahead and grab this dynamite, because I know I need enough one in here, and we're going to have to clear out this area as it is. But bear in mind, things do constantly spawn, and as you can see, there's one of them. So there will be skeletons starting in here as well. Now, bear in mind, that's another one of the variants right there. It is a dynamite zombie. And of course, this is one of the things that I wanted to show in this video. So these will spawn in here, as well as the towns all over the map. Now, here is something that I will say. Now, when it does get dark, it gets a lot harder to actually play in here, simply because of the darkness. Now, obviously, with the miner class, it's going to be a lot easier due to the fact, oh god, I killed my horse. But as I was saying, it'll be a lot easier due to the fact that obviously I have the helmet. Now, rest in peace to my horse over there. Does happen sometimes, unfortunately, but of course, let's go ahead and blow up this next door. Now, obviously, I believe this is the only other one. I'm hoping that doesn't break everything around my area. Please tell me it doesn't. Okay, let's keep the tablet and let's see what happens. Now, going inside, as you can see, there is a bunch of loot, such as the strange mask, which has the ability to reanimate dead bodies. Okay, I probably shouldn't have done that, I don't think. Not entirely too... I think that spawned a boss. That has spawned a boss. I've turned my game sounds on, so now you will be able to hear the chase music as well as the boss sounds. Now, actually, it's just these wolves. Never mind. It's not too big of a deal. Just gonna deal with these real quick. Oh god, oh god, I'm gonna die. Now, there we go. I've managed to die. What a shame. I'll be back in just a moment. Now, there we go. I've gone ahead and revived myself with Robux. Now, of course, I'm a little bit damaged in terms of what I've got on me. So, real quick, I'm going to try my best to pick it all up. I think he has managed to reanimate. I'm not entirely too sure what that does. Hopefully, someone will be able to tell me in the comments down below. But, of course, there is that guy. I think I can kill him and he just gives me this back. I'm not entirely too sure. But of course, be prepared for when you come to this point and you are actually looking to do that. Because as you just saw from my side, well, it spawned a bunch of them guys, and I'll be honest, I was not ready. Well, anyway, that's one of the things I can show you in this section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to show you one of the other things that are actually in this update. I've just noticed as well, never mind, there is a hole here, so of course we can come into this section right here. I'm assuming there's probably something to do with this in here. There's probably an Easter egg or something, so we'll probably figure that out in another video, and if I do, there'll be a link in the description for those that are interested. Obviously, when the update comes out, there will not be a link, so obviously come back, check it out, or just subscribe and turn on post notifications, and you'll find out if I manage to get that done. Now, of course, we're going to be leaving this area now and moving on to the next thing. Now, another thing I can actually show you guys is going to be the tameable wolves. Now, real quick, I'm just going to make sure we don't have an excess of them after me, because of course I don't want to die. So, the way to tame a wolf is very, very simple. Just get a zombie carcass, take it up, and it will just go ahead and become yours. Now, at that point, it will try and attack absolutely anything, including your livestock, so be careful with where you put them, because of course you don't want them taking out everything you own. I think it's a fantastic addition, obviously being able to have a wolf, because now this guy will help me in certain battles, and of course he will also come with me until the end. Now, of course, the last thing that I can actually show you guys, and that's going to be the change to the farm. Now, upon locating a farm now, you have a chance, or I believe it may be a 100% spawn rate for a, well, I think this is called a horse cart, but at least you have a chance of getting that. Now, when you get that and you want to put it on a horse, all you'll have to do is pick it up, take it to the back of a horse like so, put it on and let go, and then all of a sudden you'll be able to take your horse with it. Now, this does look a tiny bit goofy, but bear in mind that you can actually store things on and your horse can pull it along with you. Now, I think this is pretty good for the Pony Express sort of like challenge that you've got to do. So, I think that's probably the only utility purpose for this, or at least what could be useful. But if you guys have any other ideas on what this could be used for, do let me know down below in the comments as well, because I would be glad to check them out. But guys, I think that's about all I've got time for in this video. Thank you so much for coming and checking it out. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe and turn post notifications on so you do not miss a Dead Rails video. And of course, like the video as well as comment, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.